Genshin Impact. We just can't escape it. Once you dip your unexpected toes into this game, it will grab on and never let you go. Even if you manage to escape, they will find a way to drag you back in. Or at the very least, let you remember that they exist. In toxic relationships, this is called orbiting. The number one reason that drags me back again and again is the same as most of you watching. It's the waifus. And I just want to know, why do we have 5 different mortgages for this anime girl? And just what makes Genshin the quintessential waifu production machine? So, let's begin. Gacha games come from the word gachapon, which essentially is a Japanese toy loot box. And gacha games have been around for a while, bankrupting poor, unexpected victims with their sweet, sweet PNGs. But if you ask a random person which game was your first gacha game, they will most likely answer Genshin Impact. But why is that? Why Genshin in particular? Well, the other gachas at the time had very simple gameplay, considering most of them were on your Twitter machines. So they had all the allure, but none of the gamer flashiness, making them seem like they're just a mobile cash grab. Oh, you play Fate Go for the story? My favorite plot is this Saber and Ishtar. Because of this pre-existing bias, most of the people needed a very strong hook to ever try or even look at gacha games. And oh boy, a very strong hook we got. It's almost cliche at this point to mention Breath of the Wild when we're talking about Genshin. But no matter how much we deny it, at the base level, Genshin is Breath of the Wild with waifus, isn't it? A free Breath of the Wild was too enticing, considering this game came out in the year that really made you want to touch grass, that you were not against doing it virtually. And most of us took the bait. We explored Teyvat and they give you your free roll. Feel that dopamine high? Congratulations, you're into gacha now. But that alone is not enough. Yes, they have piqued your interest with this open world, but just like a YouTube thumbnail, what is the point of getting your interest if the content is not good? After all, the characters are the content in gacha. There's this running gag that all the Genshin characters look similar, but that just means they found a formula that works. Otherwise, there won't be copious amounts of cosplays and fan art of the characters. From my observation, they have 3 waifu design concepts. Number 1 is layering. Most of the Genshin Impact characters have layers to their clothing. And why not? In my opinion, an extra layer of clothing will always elevate an outfit. My favorite application of this is Kujo-Sara's top. That white layer adds to the already existing mystique. This layering actually hits 2 birds with 1 stone. Other than making the characters look cool, Genshin needed to make the running part of the game not boring to look at, and the solution to this was to put flowing fabric behind each character. Otherwise, every waifu will need to have a long hair like Amber. Number 2 is concealing. Most of their waifus don't really show that much skin, and I know that's hard to believe, but when they do show some skin, they conceal some other part to compensate. For example, Eula's costume only exposes her divine thighs, and every other part of her is covered up, and she is more alluring for it. This ratio or points of exposure can apply to most of their waifus. Let's just name these points of exposure the Genshin territory. This well-calculated ratio is their bread and butter and holds truth to the phrase beauty in what's hidden. The Genshin territory doesn't just make the outfit alluring, but makes it a bit more cosplay friendly than the other gacha waifus. Number 3 is personality. This one is self-explanatory. If your waifu is the leader of the Knights of Favonius, put gold accents on the leggings, some royal crest on the core, and make her look like Saber. But joking aside, this is the icing to the already alluring cake. And sky is the limit here. It could be a color palette corresponding to the waifu's element, an accessory, or makeup. Oh yeah, the makeup. Each waifus have their own unique makeup, making them even more distinct looking. You got the hook and the waifus. Now it's time to generate the hype. Unlike other gachas, Genshin spaces out the releases of their new characters and releases trailers for each of them, making the release an event in and of itself. To be perfectly honest, I rolled for Hu Tao and Raiden Shogun only because I got convinced by the trailers. And if they do this long enough, the community themselves will create their own hype, with cosplays, art, or MMDs. At the end of the day, Genshin is still a phenomenon because we are not ready to move on. on. And we keep coming back, knowing that it is essentially an echo chamber of waifu hype. So basically, gacha in a nutshell. To conclude, the gacha system actually in itself is already effective in what it does, and Genshin frankly got lucky and is now riding on its own success. Even if Hoyoverse's other projects be successful or a flop, that will not change the impact that the Genshin had to the gacha gaming and other subcultures. And I'm glad I was able to enjoy this community-wide Simp pack. Hey guys, remember to simp responsibly, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and you might enjoy this video right here.